All right. So that was Ike Everly's Rag in Merle Travis style. I think Ike Everly did the song a little slower than that. But the reason I wanted to teach this tune and show this to you guys is because it's got a whole bunch of elements in it of the Merle Travis style. Okay. And there's chord shapes that he uses in many of his other tunes. And some of the techniques, you heard me doing this, these rolls, right? Like, right? Or, okay, those kind of rolls. So I'm gonna, and then also the opening chord. Travis uses this shape quite often. Okay, so this would be like a partial D chord. So I'm going to break it all down, but there's one thing I want to tell you first. There's one chord, I'm going to call it the A shape chord. Okay, so the first time we use it is here at the 5th fret. So this is the way this chord is. I got my thumb on the 5th fret of the low E string, 3rd finger 7th fret D string, 2nd finger 6th fret G string, and my 1st finger 5th fret B string. And also sometimes I bar the E string at the 5th fret as well. So I'm barring 2 strings with my 1st finger. Okay, like that. So he does this down here on F sharp. We'll just call it the A shape chord. So it's the same shape. Just start with your thumb at the 2nd fret. He does it at the 7th fret, so it is a B chord. Okay, and also sort of at the 10th fret, doesn't play the full chord. So that would be like a D chord. That's the galloping, which is another element of Travis style, the galloping guitar. Okay, so now we got that out of the way. Oh, one other thing, when you get down to the F sharp, you're gonna leave the high E string open. Okay, and that makes it an F sharp 7th chord. So you've got an E here, which is the 7th of F sharp. All right, so let's get started. So just refer back to my performance for the structure of the tune. You can do it any way you want. There's basically 2 parts. So you can do it whatever you want. You can make it longer if you'd like, just add on different elements of the tune. So I'm going to start off with the intro, right? So we're going to do this, slide into this bar at the 7th fret. I've got D, G, and B strings here that I'm going to play. And then I'm going to have my pinky at the 10th fret and play those notes, okay? So I'm playing the E and B string with my pinky at the 10th fret. So it goes like this. And then this little open string lick here. The 1st finger, 6th fret B string, and then open E, and then 2nd finger, 7th fret G string, and then open B string, and then 2nd finger, 7th fret D string, and then open D string. Okay, so like this. Okay, and then we're gonna play an E7 chord like this, right? So my thumb is on the 7th fret of the low E string. My 2nd finger is at the 6th fret of the D string. My 3rd finger is at the 7th fret of the G string. And my 1st finger, 5th fret of the B string. This might be a little tricky for some of you with the thumb in the root up here. Okay? But if you practice it, you'll get it. And then sometimes he'll play, not in this case, not this part of the song, but he'll play this high B, which is 7th fret of the high E string. Okay, but for now we're just playing the E string and then the D, G, and B strings. Those 3 notes I showed you, okay? So we're gonna go and then down to this A chord, remember the A shape I showed you? And then to this is a D6 chord. I love this voicing. Travis uses this in a lot of other tunes. So here I'm playing an A, 5th fret, low E string. I'm barring the the fourth and third string, so the D and G strings with my second finger, like that. So, and then third fret B string with my first finger, and then up top, fifth fret of the high E string. You could use your pinky. I think it's better with your third finger here. Okay, those are the notes. So I'm going to play it in context slow. All right, so. Okay, so here I'm going to play this bass note on the E7 chord, and then do a pinch. I'm going to play the B and so the B string and the D string, and sort of with my first finger, I'm going to grab the third string too, a little bit like that. So. Okay, then on the A chord, I'm going to play the bass note, this melody note, and then alternate with my thumb on those two notes on the D and G strings. Okay, and then this chord here, I'm grabbing the B string, this D6 chord, the B string, and the bass note at the same time, and then playing that, right? So the B string and low E string, and then the D and G strings with the alternating bass note with the thumb, and then that note last. Sorry. Okay, so I'll give you that whole part again. My hands are getting sore. Okay, then you repeat that. Now this time on the E7 chord, you're going to play this note, and then the same with the A chord. You're going to play the high. You're going to play the high E string at the fifth fret, like bar the E and B strings here. Okay, so like this. And then down to the F sharp, right? So again, the A shape that I showed you, down to the second fret, and you're gonna play the low bass note, and then with the alternating bass note on the D string, you're gonna play the open E string. You can do this a few different ways. You can mess around with it, right? But so you're pulling off with your pinky at the fourth fret to the open E string, and then you're pulling off again from the fourth fret on the B string to the second fret on the B string, which you're already holding in the chord shape, right? I made a little mistake there. So you're gonna play the bass note, and then pinch with the D string and the high E string with your fingering the fourth fret with your pinky, right? And then pull up. Okay, I'll do this slow one more time. Then we're going to go up to the 7th fret with this A shape. Remember the A shape? Right, so very simple, just hold the whole chord. You want the E and B strings barred. Very simple. And then down to E7. Okay, so that's the end of the part. And then there's this little lick. So this here, it's basically it's an A7 chord without an A in it, right? So you got the C sharp, excuse me, 4th fret of the A string. You've got your 1st fret on the 2nd fret of the D string, and then the open, you're going to play the open G string and the open B string. So these are like Travis's rolls that he does this all over the place, right? And it's really cool to be able to play. You can do this thumb and first and second finger, like, you know, like. But I don't know, I find it kind of clunky. It's a great little technique. So it goes like this. So you're gonna kind of rake the thumb like that on the A and D strings. And then with your first finger, play the G string, and then do it again. Rake the thumb on the A and D string, and then play the B string open. A little buzz there. Okay, like this. And you can mute the lower strings a little bit with the palm of your hand right here. Okay, so like that. Okay, and then back to the lick. So that's the whole first part of the song. The rest kind of just repeats, right? So you just go like, you know what? I'm going to play it slow up to there for you. Okay, one more time. So. So this is the second half of the song now. So you just go like this, same intro. And then we're gonna go this little run here. Okay, so this is like the A shape that I showed you before at the 10th fret with your thumb. But you're just gonna play you're gonna go 6th string and then 3rd string, the G string, and the D string. And then just go down a semitone each time, or go down one fret each time. And then we go down here. This is that D6 chord that we learned earlier, okay? So this goes like this. So this chord here is kind of like a partial E7 chord, right? So we got 4th fret with the thumb on the low E string, 2nd finger, 4th fret, G string, 1st finger, 3rd fret, B string. Okay, and then here, this is like a partial A chord, right? So the thumb on the 5th fret, 1st finger on the 5th fret of the B string, 2nd finger, 6th fret, G string. Okay, and then we're gonna play this D6 chord. And again, thumb on the 5th fret of the low E string, your 2nd finger is gonna bar the D and G strings at the 4th fret, 1st finger, 3rd fret, B string, and then your first first finger, 3rd fret, B string, and then your 3rd finger at the 5th fret of the high E string. Okay, and don't worry about the A string here. You don't really need to mute it because this note it's the 5th of D, so if it rings a little bit, it's fine. But I don't think you'll have a problem. So let me give that to y'all again. So here's the second part. Whoops. I'm showing you the wrong part. So it goes like this. All right, so and then you do it again. It's the E7 chord. We already did this, right? With your pinky on the 7th fret of the high E string. right? And then to this A7, or to just a straight A chord at the 5th fret. Okay, that A shape. And then you're going to slide into an F sharp 7th chord and do this little roll. Same as the roll I showed you before. So your 3rd finger is going to be at the 8th fret of the D string. Your 1st finger is at the 6th fret of the G string, and your 3rd finger is at the 7th fret of the B string. And then you play the open E string up top, right? So you're going to rake your thumb on the D and G strings, and then play the B string with your finger. And then same thing, you rake the D and G strings with your thumb, and then play the open E string like this. So. You take the same basic shape, just move everything down 1 string and then over 1 fret. Now you've got a B, like a partial B7 chord, right? So we've got my 3rd finger is on the 9th fret of the A string. My 1st finger is on the 7th fret of the D string, and my 2nd finger is at the 8th fret of the G string, and then I'm going to play the open B. So I'm going to rake the A and D strings, and then pick the G string. So, and then do the same thing and play the open B instead. Like that. Okay? So the whole thing should sound like this. So again, then he plays these other little chords here. So this is like an E, sort of like I would call it like I don't know, an E9 chord. Okay, so I got the open E string, and then I'm going to slide my 2nd finger, the 11th fret of the A string, and then my 3rd finger, the 11th fret of the G string. So we're muting the D string. Then with my pinky, I'm going to play the 12th fret of the B and E string together. So like that. And this is like an A13 chord. So basically a 7th chord. So I'm going to play open A, then I'm going to play my 1st finger 5th fret of the G string, of the D string, my 3rd finger 6th fret of the G string, and I'm going to take my pinky and bar the B and E strings at the 7th fret. So, okay? So that whole part goes like this. Okay? And then you end it like this. So you know what I think? I think I'll play the whole thing really slow so you can play along with it. So the key to learning a tune like this is just to take one chunk at a time. Like just get this intro. Oops, I played it wrong. You can just get that and then move to the next part. let me know if the comments, if you have any questions. And I hope you enjoyed it. If you can get some of these little pieces down, it'll really help you get the Merle Travis style. Okay. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.